Hi, and welcome to this episode of the Fox Valley Real Estate Report. My name is Rick Floor, and I'm a full-time licensed realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty in St. Charles, Illinois. In this installment, we're going to be looking at data from April 29th to May 5th for properties listed at the price point below $500,000 for the following 11 communities that straddle the Fox River. From north to south, these communities are Elgin, South Elgin, St. Charles, Geneva, Batavia, North Aurora, Sugar Grove, Montgomery, Oswego, and Yorkville. And this data will only cover single-family, detached, existing, and new construction homes. This information will not include data on townhomes, condos, multifamily units, rentals, or land. If you're actively watching this video, then you can read the information on screen and pause it where you need to. I'm going to read through much of it for those of you who may be listening to this while at home doing something else, or perhaps driving in your car. And one thing I want to point out, this is the second video I posted to YouTube, and I know the first one that I did, the screen recording in that video and the one that's coming up here shortly, was blurry. I'm new to YouTube, trying to figure out how all this stuff works, and I'm working on fixing that problem. So for some reason, and I won't know if it's going to record clearly or not until I'm done with the recording and get into the editing process of it and post it and take a look at it myself. But if for some reason it's not clear on your phone, it should be clear on your laptop or desktop computer so you can view the information there, okay? So let's get started. So again, this data is for only for homes priced at $500,000 and under, and this is for the week of April 29th to May 5th. We're going to start by looking at the active inventory of existing single-family detached homes as of May 5th. As you see here, there's 5 columns of information, the number of listings under $500,000 in each of the communities, the number of listings in all price ranges, the median asking price, and the average days on market. So starting with Aurora, we have 56 listings under $500,000. The median asking price is $372,450, and its average days on market are 64. Batavia has 7 active listings. Median asking price is $465,000, 89 average days on market. Elgin has 41 active listings, a median asking price of $340,000 and 68 average days on market. Geneva has 4 active listings, median asking price of $421,950 and 17 average days on market. Montgomery has 11 active listings, median asking price is $420,000, 39 average days on market. North Aurora, 9 active listings, median asking price of $468,490, 63 days, average days on market. Oswego has 25 active listings, median asking price is $449,990, 50 average days on market. South Elgin has 7 active listings, $470,000 median asking price and 21 average days on market. St. Charles has 11 active listings. Median asking price is $375,000 and 70 average days on market. Sugar Grove has 9 active listings. Median asking price is $450,000 and the average days on market is 33. Yorkville has 23 active listings. Median asking price is $449,900 and the average days on market for those listings are 88. So looking at the total for all 11 communities, there are 203 active listings as of May 5th, of 462 total active listings. The median asking price for those 203 listings was $449,900, and the average days on market is 55. Now I'm just pulling some data points out of that information just to quickly put it in an ascending order. So what we're looking at here is the active inventory of existing single-family detached homes in ascending order as of May 5th. Geneva at 4 active listings. Batavia and South Elgin both had 7. North Aurora and Sugar Grove had 9. Montgomery and St. Charles had 11 each. Yorkville had 23 listings. Oswego 25. Elgin 41, and Aurora had 56. Taking a look at the median list price of existing single-family detached homes under $500,000 in ascending order. Elgin at $340,000, Aurora at $372,450, St. Charles $375,000, Montgomery $420,000, Geneva $421,950. Yorkville at $449,900, which was the median. Oswego at the same price point, $449,990. Sugar Grove $450,000. Batavia $465,000. North Aurora $468,490, and South Elgin at the highest median list price at $470,000. Next up, we're just going to take a look at the average days on market of existing single-family detached homes under $500,000 in ascending order. So average days on market on the lowest, they were turning quickest in Geneva at 17 days. South Elgin was next at 21. Sugar Grove at 33. Montgomery at 39 average days on market. Oswego 50. North Aurora at 63. Aurora at 64. Elgin at 68, St. Charles 70, Yorkville 88, and Batavia at 89. Now let's take a look at active inventory of new construction, single-family detached homes under $500,000 as of May 5th. Again, we have the same data points here. Aurora had 6 active listings under $500,000. The median asking price was $476,878. Average days on market is 124. Batavia, Elgin, Geneva, and Montgomery did not have any active new construction listings under $500,000. North Aurora had 4. Median asking price was $494,420. Average days on market was 44. Oswego had 9 active listings under $500,000. Median asking price was $469,900. Average days on market is 74. South Elgin had 2 active listings. Median asking price was $468,460. Both of those listings just went on the market, so you got 1 day, average day on market for those. St. Charles and Sugar Grove, no active listings at that price point. Yorkville had 5 active listings below $500,000. Median asking price was $489,990. Average days on market for those 5 listings was 193 days. Looking at the total for all communities, we had 26 active listings under $500,000. Median asking price for those were $476,878. Average days on market were 87. Now, just to pull some data points out of those individually, looking at the median sales price of new construction homes under $500,000 in ascending order. South Elgin was at the low end at $468,460. Elgin $469,900. Aurora at $476,878. Yorkville $489,990. And North Aurora at $494,420 for new construction. Batavia, Elgin, Geneva, Montgomery, St. Charles, and Sugar Grove did not have any active listings in new construction under $500,000. Average days on market of new construction homes as of May 5th. South Elgin again was at 1 day. North Aurora 44. Oswego at 74. Aurora at 124, and Yorkville at 193 average days on market. Let's take a look at new listings in the last week from April 29th to May 5th. Again, these are going to be only for properties listed under 500,000. And if you're a realtor looking at this data, and you don't see your new listing there, it's because it probably was not a new listing. More likely to, if it was a price change, it's not included in this data. I try to keep this to strictly new listings. I'm using a few acronyms here. If you see it, you may or may not see it in the data. F is for what I think is a property flip. I just think it was kind of interesting, so I note them when I see them. MLP is a median list price. NC are new construction properties, and PN means that the new listing is coming out of the private network. So if we take a look here, we're going to go through these alphabetically. Here are the listings, the new listings for Aurora, and their list price in ascending order. You're going to see 21 new listings here. The median list price for these 21 new listings is $369,900. Batavia had one new listing, priced at $388,000. Elgin had 13 new listings. Median list price for those were $385,000. Geneva had one new listing at $419,000. Montgomery had 4 new listings. The median list price there was $442,450. North Aurora, 2 new listings. The median list price for those two was $329,900. Oswego, 8 new listings. Median list price for them were $413,750. South Elgin, 3 new listings. Median list price was $451,460. St. Charles had 5 new listings. The median list price for those were $400,000. Sugar Grove had 1 new listing at $392,500. And to finish up, Yorkville had 5 new listings. The median list price for those were $445,000. So we had a total of 64 new listings for the week. Taking a look at the new closed listings in the last week from April 29th to May 5th. We're using a few acronyms here. DOM is days on market. NC is new construction, and PN sold in the private network. So you're going to see a few other data points here, the city, the village, the address. This column here is the original list price of the home. Now that may cover a couple of different MLS numbers. The sell-through price or the sold price here, and then this column here is a differential between the original list price and its sold price. If it's sold for below its original list price, as you see here, it's been highlighted in red. If it may have sold for what it was at original asking price was for, I've marked those as even. If it's sold for above what the original listing price was, you'll see that difference highlighted in green. Over here are the days on market, and for days on market, I'm only including the days after it comes out of private network and into the MLS, and then I stop counting at the days that it goes under contract. You may count days on market differently. That's completely up to you. This is just how I do it myself. And then there's finally a summary column here. So we take a look at City of Aurora. We had 17 closings in the last week. When you take a look at the price differential, those 17 closings sold for a total of $186,000 above what the original list price was. Batavia had 3 closings in the last week. Those sold for $59,100. Those 3 sold for a total of $59,100 above original asking price. Elgin had 19 closings that sold for $106,300 above the original list price. Geneva had no closings in the last week. Montgomery, 7 closings that netted out at $11,300 above original list price. North Aurora had 2 closings that sold for $20,100 above original list price. Oswego had 8 closings that closed for $8,551 above original list price. South Elgin had 1 closing that closed at $6,000 below original list price. St. Charles had 5 closings that closed at $12,275 below original asking price. Sugar Grove had 2 closings that closed at $4,900 below original list price. And finally, Yorkville had 5 closings that closed at $7,811 above original list price. Total of 69 new closings. Just looking at comparing that, we had 69 new listings. This is a summary. 69 new listings below 64 new listings and 69 closings in that time frame in the last week. One last data point I wanted to look at here was just the listings in the private network for the week of April 29th to May 5th. I think it's just kind of an interesting data point since there's a lot of talk right now about the private listing network. For the data that we looked at here, you'll notice if you went back and if you go back and look at it, 32 listings came out of the private network and into the MLS in the last week. 2 listings sold and closed in the private network in that time frame. Just to finish up here, that's it for this. Would you like to meet to discuss selling your property? Email me at the address below, right here, rickfloor@cbrealty.com. Please put request for appointment in the subject line. Please include your full name and property address in the email. If you're selling a family member's home, please include their full name and address of their property that you are tasked with selling. And a reminder, I do not conduct real estate business on WhatsApp or any other social media or instant messaging platform, so don't ask me. If you and I have not spoken before, do not make your initial contact with me over the phone. My phone gets spam calls all day, every day. And if your name and phone number is not my contacts, and your number will get blocked and deleted. And finally, if you do reach out to me via email, please give me 24 to 48 hours to get back in touch with you. I would appreciate that. And that's it for this installment. If time permits, I'll be back later this week or this weekend for another installment of the Fox Valley Residential Real Estate Report for properties priced at $500,000 to $1 million. If I can get to another show this week, if it's this weekend, it'll be for properties priced above $1 million. Thanks for watching.